So for all you pool owners out there, you may know that cleaning a pool is not the best task in the world. Which is why when I got my larger pool, above ground pool that I have now, the very first thing I said was, I'm going to get something that's going to help me clean this to keep it up and make it not miserable to own. And so I do have a corded pool robot, which works great, has a lot of benefits to it. The downside, however, and it is a big downside, is I also got a pool skimmer robot that kind of is solar powered and kind of keeps the surface of the water clean. And then the pool robot that cleans the bottom works great. However, with the cord that I have in the pool for the other robot, it disrupts the other robot, my skimmer robot. It actually keeps it from doing its job. It actually gets bound up in the cord a lot and then just doesn't do anything. And so unless I catch it, it may sit there until the next time I go to the pool to check on things. And so, in that theory and in that thinking, this came to my attention. Now, Wybot actually reached out to me about doing a video on the Wybot C1 at a perfect time because I really wanted to do one of these videos on a cordless robot. So today, we're unboxing, we're going to set it up, we're even going to put it in the pool to see how it works on its first go. This is not a full review. I will have a full review on my Tech Goose channel after its multiples of use that I'll do, but we got to get it out of the box first. Okay, so I just cut the box open, and we have a quick setup guide, power cord. Over on this side, there's I honestly don't know exactly what that stuff is. Like some foam. So things we'll go through that here in a second, and then a hook. That's probably to retrieve it with that, and then the instruction booklet, and then, and I apologize if we're not tall enough, but there's the robot. All right, let me get this out of the box quick. Oh, la la la, there we go. Big bag. Oh, nice handle there, all right. So, what do we see here? We have what looks like a big power button right here. Lift it up and so you can see that power button. And we have a port right here. That looks like that's where a charging cable goes. And that's exactly what it is. This outputs 25.2 volts at 1.5 amp and connects right there to charge it up. Now, supposedly it takes about 3 hours, I think, to fully charge it. So there is that. Looks like there's a lip right here. There we go. Let me screw that shut real quick. Boom. And that's actually a sizable, okay, opens from the bottom. Lots of silica gel, there we go. So there's our catch bin. It actually is pretty sizable. It's got a lot of surface area, top and sides completely, which means you'll pop that open to drop it out, and then you can take a hose to essentially clean out all the stuff that's going to be stuck in this the silt filters. But yeah, there's that, and it goes back in like so, right? And that's as simple as that gets. The impeller's in there, and it's going to eject that. Then these are really large, the actual rubber mats to actually clean the actual pool itself. And of course we have tracks, and then it's going to push up here, and this is where it's going to get sucked up into that container. 21.6 volts DC, 65 watts. That's how much power she's pulling. Okay, let me get things out of the way here. Let me look at the stuff that came with it. Okay, so like I said, in here we have the so fully charged Wybot pool cleaning robot, information on that. We have I'm assuming that's a recovery hook to actually pull it out of the pool. I'm assuming you just grab the handle with it. I'll look into that here shortly. Second bag, some kind of flotation item. I'm gonna have to look into exactly what that's for. Then we have some more foam. It looks like adhesive foam. Yep, that's an adhesive on one side, so we have some adhesive foam. We do have 2 screws. That's going to be for this guy right here. And then, of course, like I said, we have the quick start setup guide, I guess. Let me look at this real quick. Okay, so it's actually been a little bit since my first part of the video, but that said, this hook is for retrieving it out. So exactly what I thought. I did want to go over, to get started, you do have to charge this up all the way before you begin. So I did that. That's what basically took a little bit. Vehicle itself takes about 3 hours full charging, I think dead to full, but it didn't take that for today. And the port, yeah, I just plugged it in and let it go. And there is a light right on the front here that actually glows. And they have different lights. Once it goes solid green, that means it's actually fully charged. Flashing green is when it's actually charging. And then if it's flashing yellow, charging is in progress, low battery, or under self-parked in the pool. So they have various color codes right here in the owner's manual if you want to go through any of that. Just wanted to at least bring that up. Now they do recommend as soon as this gets done, once you pull it out of the pool, to charge it up after every single use. Things that you definitely just want to make sure you do is, clean it, maintain it, and the battery, you want to make sure you charge it at least every 6 months so that you maintain the battery over its life. Second thing is these floating parts you may not have to use. What we're going to do is we're going to actually use this as it comes, with exactly as it comes from the factory. But those floating parts, essentially, if you find that this robot is not climbing the walls of your pool very well, which could be a whole bunch of things. Maybe the surface is not quite good enough for this kind of robot to climb the walls very well. You can use these floating parts essentially to place them in specific areas to give it a little bit more flotation so it can climb the walls easier, and then it should start climbing the walls. So that's where these are. We're not going to touch this bag of stuff unless we need to. And in the owner's manual, they don't tell you exactly where to place them, but if you do run into that situation, they recommend reaching out to customer service for Wybot for the proper placement of those floating parts. That's essentially what they say. So now we're going to go through the quick setup guide real quick to get it down into my pool. So step 1 is charging, which I have already done. Step 2 is setting starting the device, which essentially is powering it on, which they say is press the on-off button, put the device into the pool within 3 minutes, otherwise it will power off. Default cleaning mode is wall, then floor. But we're going to actually set this guy up. So we do want to make sure we download the Wybot app, which I do have downloaded here. I'm going to hit open. I'm going to allow while using the app. That's fine. Allow me to send me notifications. Now I have to I'm going to hit the sign up button down here and sign up. I'll be right back. I'm going to agree to terms of service and hit allow for Bluetooth. And now we have the app set up. I'm going to hit plus on the add my device, which I'm probably going to have to turn this on because it's searching. So I'm going to push and hold the power button there until the light goes green here on the front. And there we go. It found it right away. I'm going to select that. So there I find my network that I'm going to be connecting to. So now I just go ahead and put my password in and hit join. And that will allow the robot to join my network. And then there may be a firmware update. We'll see. Swimming pool selection, I'm going to hit a plus sign here. It is a round pool, so I'm going to hit oval and round. It is a flat bottom. We're good there. It is a vinyl, technically. There we go. Hit determine. I'm just going to call it swimming pool. That's fine. And hit confirm. And now the Wybot now is still connected via Bluetooth, but it's also connected to my Wi-Fi. So I'm going to go ahead and select that Wybot C1. And there we go. It brings it in right here. I'm going to check because I want to see if there's actually any. It doesn't look like it automatically. I would think that if it had calibration, reset Wi-Fi, automatically update firmware. I'm going to turn that on. Well, right here we can choose just floor. We can choose just wall. We can do floor or wall then floor or standard full pool. In this case, I want to do standard full pool because I need a full cleaning on my pool. So I'm going to do that. And that should set this to automatically do that on the next time that we set it up. So with that said, we need to go down to my pool, I think now, to get this guy in the water. Okay, so I have the pool robot. I'm going to turn it back on. So now I have a green light here. And you can see I haven't actually cleaned this pool for about a week on purpose. For this specific reason, I want to see how this robot does with a very dirty pool. And she started up. Oh yeah. And it's off to the races. I know that if I had my other pool robot to clean this right now, it would probably take 2 to 3 cleaning sessions before I got it to the cleaning clean point that I'd be happy with. But I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to let this guy do all of this. And I'm going to be as honest as I can to see exactly how well it does and how long it actually takes. So let's let it go. So it did climb the first wall just fine. It was off camera, so I'll see if I can't get the next one on camera. But it's scrubbing the water line to make sure there's no gunk. And now it should sink back to the bottom. There she goes. Oh, it's turning. Aha. Okay, it's coming towards us. Okay, so I do have here my pool net with my pole, and then of course I have the hook that came with the machine. Now I can just pop this guy out, put this guy in his place in a standard pool pole, and I'm ready to hook out that guy out of the pool once it's done. But I'm going to obviously continue to let it clean for now. So now it won't climb the wall here because it's going backwards, but it's going to hit the wall and square itself back up a little bit. And it usually gets to around the center of the pool and then turns. Finds another path that it needs to do. Yep, there she stops. And turns. So that's exactly what it does. It goes out to the, not quite middle, but it's somewhere in the middle area. And then turns and goes on a different random path to clean up whatever it can find in the next section. But it is definitely cleaning because, I've noticed how many leaves were in the pool to start, and I should have cleaned it a few days ago, but I knew this was coming, so I wanted to make sure I did it. Up the wall she comes. And it stays at the surface, so it grinds those fins against the surface of the water, where you would typically have kind of sludge building up from whatever would be on the surface of your pool. So that's why it stays up here and keeps going, is because it's basically cleaning all the nasty stuff off that water line. But I'm going to go ahead and let this guy go. Just let it do its thing for the next little while, and I'll be back after it runs for a little while. So I just came down to check on it. It's doing a really good job. Obviously, like I said, the pool was extremely dirty. It looks like it's backing up to this side right now. Still got some down here yet, but still keeps going. It's been going for a little over half hour, it looks like, and I'm assuming that bin inside has got to be pretty full by now. But I think I'm just going to let it keep going, and we'll see what it does when it stops. I don't expect it to clean the entire pool fully because, well, there was a lot in here, but let's see what comes out of it. And one big benefit, like I said, is my skimmer robot on top can actually keep cleaning the top to make sure more stuff doesn't fall down to the bottom while it's cleaning the bottom. I love that. That is fantastic. Okay, so I've decided I am going to pull this out of the pool right now because I think it is fully full. And that is because it's kind of been doing some wheelies and stuff. I don't think there's a whole lot of water coming through the suction anymore because I think the basket's 100% full. So let's get ready. Okay, so it's coming over here and I'm gonna grab it from its handle, even though it's still moving. I'm gonna grab it and hit the power button, push and hold the power button until it goes red, and now it is turned off. So it still has battery left in it to keep going, but we gotta clean it out. Okay, let's see what we got here. You can obviously see it's got lots of stuff around it. And, oh yeah. Let's open it up. Oh yeah, tons of stuff in there. So I'm gonna clean this out. I'm actually gonna use my pump to backwash the pump and clear this out. So let's go over there. So I've already dumped out most of it. It actually opened up when I was going over here, but then this is what I do. I grab the handle like this, and I just use my pump. It's not about getting everything out, it's just about getting the majority of it. Specifically these nice silt filters here, you want to make sure that they're fairly clean. And we are, I think, good to go. Let's put it back in the machine. So make sure you click this back into place, and it actually clicks back into place. And we're gonna go ahead and slide it back into here. I'm gonna go ahead and put it back into the pool. Now in all reality, maybe I should charge it up, but in all reality as well, I wanna see how long it goes. So it looks like yellow light, so it's not fully charged anymore. But I'm gonna go ahead and let it do its thing until she stops working. And then I will charge it. But if it can clean up this pool a little bit more, because like I said, it was bad. It filled it to the brim so that it couldn't filter anymore. So that tells you one thing, and we still have some left. So I'm assuming here in a second it's gonna go ahead and start right back up again and do its thing. There she goes. Just when my other bot's coming over to clean the surface. I'm gonna let it do its thing. And the big thing I noticed before this was it was actually doing wheelies. Like it just wasn't getting enough downward force. And that's because it was full. I mean, it was just absolutely full. Even though that's actually a pretty good sized bin, it's got a lot of surface area, she was just way too full. So we'll just let her go again. Well, the interesting thing is it did stop. It did finally die. I think the battery died. It's sitting right over there on the edge of the pool. It ran for about 2 hours before she finally called it quits. And the pool is way cleaner than it was. So in all reality, does it work? It works fantastic. Now this is not a full review video because I want to have multiple use cycles with it to really tell you what it actually, how well it actually works. But I am impressed by it. For a battery operated cycle, how dirty this pool was. And I did not clean it for, it may have been like a week and a half since the last time I actually cleaned the bottom. And that guy was actually caught up in the power cables for the other one for a little bit too. So yes, works good. So let's get it out of the pool quick. All right. So obviously it needs to get charged, but before that, we need to clean this guy out. And it's probably half full again. So quite a bit of stuff in there. Maybe not half full, but yeah. I'm gonna clean this out. I'll be right back. Nice and clean and ready to go again. So that was the unboxing, the setup, as well as the first use of the Wybot C1. I'm looking forward to actually trying this out now. Of course, I gotta go in and get it charged. And once it's fully charged, probably tomorrow morning, I'll throw it back in the pool, let it clear, finish up the rest of its duties to make my pool spotless. And I'm pretty sure on the next go, it's gonna do really good. Now, my big benefit to this is I can run my pool skimmer robot without fear of it getting clogged up in the lines. That's a huge benefit. Second benefit is, if you can't tell, my pool is in my backyard, not right next to my house. In order to power this equipment, I have to have power lines going to it. With this wireless or this cordless robot, I don't even have to supply power to it. So that's a lot of benefit there as well. There's a lot of benefits. So I'm looking forward to doing my full review of this robot, and I will get that done here in the next probably week or two. And I will post that here on my Tech Gooch channel, and I will link it on this video. So thank you for sticking by to the end of this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think. If you have any specific questions about this robot, and maybe you want me to make sure I feature something specific on my next video, reach out to me directly at techgooch.com. You can email me, and that's the best way to get a hold of me. Thank you for sticking by to the very end. Catch you back here on GeekSmart for another future video setup. See you again soon.